A beautiful young woman was excited about the idea of buying a new pair of shoes. However, for some reason, a man showed the saleswoman a sign with the following message: $25,000. The man holding the paper is named Gabriel and is her husband. He agrees with Eduarda that it is worth paying $25,000 for that pair of shoes. And since she likes them so much, he encourages her to buy them, confident that they will look perfect on her feet. Very excited, she confirms her choice to the saleswoman. A few minutes later, when the couple was about to leave the store, the man told his wife to keep walking. He thought he had forgotten his wallet at the counter. In reality, Gabriel wanted to talk to the woman who had sold his wife the overpriced shoes. He was there to get back almost all of his money, knowing that the pair of shoes did not cost that much. Understanding, the woman imagined that something was wrong. She returned all the money to him, except for the actual cost of the shoes. Curious, she wanted to know why he did it. The man explained that Eduarda is a very demanding wife. She is one of those who only want expensive things, which sometimes is difficult for him. Ashamed of what he did, Gabriel asked the lady not to say anything to his wife. That same day, the frivolous Eduarda talked to a friend about the surprise her husband had prepared for her, a very expensive gift. He had spent $25,000 just on a pair of shoes. It was a significant amount of money, and her friend Alana was impressed. She wanted to know which store it was. It was at the mall, at the most expensive store, where they sell the best shoes. A question arose in Alana's mind. $25,000 seemed too much. A few days ago, she had gone to the neighboring stores, and the prices were much cheaper. She wondered why this pair of shoes cost so much. Eduarda described herself as a princess who only liked good, and therefore expensive, products. She teased her friend, insinuating that her husband was not as rich as hers. Alana pointed out that she also liked expensive things, but only those that were really worth it. To her, it made no sense to spend that much money on a pair of shoes. But it must be an exclusive model, perhaps unique in its kind. It was the first time she had heard of a pair of shoes that cost that much. Compared to the other stores Alana usually went to, it was well above average. That's why she advised her friend to do a little research next time. Otherwise, she might be the victim of a lie. Thinking this way, Gabriel's wife agreed that her friend was absolutely right. Now Eduarda feared there might have been some misunderstanding. Perhaps the saleswoman had made a mistake. To be sure, the other woman advised her friend to go to a nearby store and see if the same pair of shoes was on offer. She would do that. It was the best thing she could do. On another occasion, the woman was very eager to talk to her husband. Eduarda had discovered that he bought her cheap things. Gabriel pretended not to understand what she was talking about, but it made no sense to continue with his lies. She had discovered everything. Ashamed, he swore he could explain. But Eduarda was the one who felt really embarrassed. She thought she was married to a rich man. The pair of shoes he bought was actually the cheapest option in the store. The frivolous woman discovered all this because she went into the store and talked to the same saleswoman. Eduarda asked her why she had charged her $25,000 for that pair of shoes when in the store next door they only cost $25. Keeping her promise to the woman's husband, the saleswoman replied that probably the other store was having a sale. Realizing it was a lie, the customer threatened to contact the relevant authorities to investigate the store's abusive prices. Afraid of being reported, the woman confessed the truth. She claimed that the pair of shoes cost $25,000 because her husband had asked her to pretend. Upset, the woman promised herself that things would not continue this way. Back in the present, the man admitted that unfortunately, he couldn't give her the luxurious life she desired. Eduarda didn't understand. He had always been able to buy her everything she wanted. It's easy. He had always lied. He was tired of pretending he could afford their luxurious life. Gabriel thought she needed to change. She thought he bought her everything she wanted. Everything the man had bought to date had been cheap products that he pretended were expensive. But that was the truth. He wouldn't lie anymore. If she wanted to stay married to him, Eduarda had to accept that they were not rich, and much less millionaires. If she couldn't accept the lifestyle he could offer her, the only thing she had to do was pack her bags and leave. Unfortunately, he didn't earn that well. Her luxuries were too expensive. The husband had long wanted to talk about this with his wife, but she kept asking for more and more. Gabriel hoped that now the reality would get into her head once and for all and stop pretending they lived in a fairy tale. Eduarda swore she didn't realize it. Of course, she didn't imagine it because she never asked what he wanted. All she knew how to do was ask for more gifts. Gabriel now had a question for her. The husband asked her if she had any idea how much she spent on her credit card. She admitted that she didn't, and that was what bothered him. Even though she didn't work, she had no idea how much money she spent. The woman apologized. She didn't know she was being such a bad partner. Honestly, she deeply apologized. Now that she knew the truth, she had to change her behavior. Gabriel insisted once again that they were not rich. He loves her very much, but the way things were going, they would never achieve anything because they couldn't save money. The man's dream was to buy a house, a car. What he longed for was a better life, which didn't necessarily mean luxurious. It didn't matter what others thought. It didn't matter if people thought they were rich or not. Genuinely remorseful, his wife declared that she didn't care how much he paid for things. Eduarda apologized once more. She didn't know the truth, and that's why she always asked for gifts. From now on, what mattered to her would be their marriage. She loves him too, no matter what. The man hoped she was telling the truth. Changing the subject, he proposed they go out and eat something. Do you think he needed to tell the truth or not? Give us your opinion in the comments.